Imagine being questioned whenever you eat a meal. What are you eating? Why are you vegan? I run into this on a daily basis. Whenever my diet's questioned, I find myself wishing people around me even knew what vegan was, and that's the knowledge I hope to provide you with today. In order to do so, I'll be discussing 4 main points: the definition, history, determining reasons, and impacts of a vegan lifestyle. So first, let's begin with the definition and what it means to be vegan. The Vegan Society defines veganism as a way of living that excludes the exploitation of animals in any way, shape, or form. So this means that the diets of vegan is strictly plant-based. They don't eat any meat, eggs, gelatin, honey, or dairy, so no milk, cheese, ice cream from cows. People may also take this a step further and incorporate this into a lifestyle, meaning that they will not use cosmetic products tested on animals, as well as avoid clothing from animals like wool or leather. Now that we know what veganism is, let's go on to the history and discuss how it came about through society. So according to Time magazine, veganism had a deeply rooted history going as far back to 500 BC thanks to Greek philosopher Pythagoras, who believed in the benevolence of all living creatures. In addition to this, early Buddhism, Hinduism, and Jainism relied on the shared belief that pain should not be inflicted on humans or animals alike. Long after, in 1847, the English Vegetarian Society was formed, followed by the American Vegetarian Society in 1850. After this, in 1944, the term vegan was first used by Donald Watson, who was seeking to define more extreme vegetarians. After this, the modern spread of veganism throughout the 21st century began thanks to modern media. So many informative documentaries were created, and now many celebrities and professional athletes are announcing their switch to veganism as well. Now that we know some more history behind veganism, let's discuss the main reasons people might become vegan. So the main reason people usually become vegan is due to the potential health effects. These include reduced risks for diseases like type 2 diabetes, obesity, some cancers, and heart disease, which is known as America's #1 killer. Now let's discuss some ethical reasons people might become vegan. So many people have the belief that we shouldn't kill animals for individual consumption, and so these people, ethical vegans, avoid consuming animals for that reason. Next, people might become vegan for environmental reasons, and environmentally conscious people know about climate change and global warming, which has been an environmental topic for years, and so they avoid contributing to that as well. Now that we know some reasons for becoming vegan, let's discuss the impacts on health, the environment, and the globe. So according to sports nutritionist and dietitian Alina Peter, plant-based nutrition has many physiological benefits on the human body due to the diet's nutrition. So first fact is that the diet is low in cholesterol, which means lower levels of LDL cholesterol and lower risk of heart disease. Also, the diet is low in saturated fat, which reduces the risk for type 2 diabetes, obesity, and other chronic diseases. In addition to this, eliminating all animals may lead to some nutritional deficiencies in vitamin B12, DHA, and vitamin D, but the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition notes that with proper planning and research, vegans can get all the nutrients that they need. The environmental impacts of veganism again stem back to the impact of climate change and global warming and greenhouse gas emissions on the planet. So a study done by the Climatic Change Journal revealed that the amount of greenhouse gas emissions by vegans were 50% less than those of meat eaters, meaning that less meat led to less greenhouse gas emissions, limiting the carbon footprint they left on the planet. In addition to this were global scale impacts regarding veganism. These include impacts of food production, availability, and hunger around society. So in the US, according to vegan.org, 70% of the grains produced in the United States are used for animals. And as of 2017, 40 million people in the United States were living in food insecure homes. So less animals means less grains are needed to feed the animals, which means more will be available to the hungry people around the country. In conclusion, veganism is a diet and lifestyle choice where individuals refrain from the use or consumption of animals and their byproducts. The history, meaning, determining reasons, and impacts of veganism are all basic essentials to understanding what this term means. I hope the speech was informative and that you learned a thing or two about veganism. Of course, there's so much more to know, but I hope you leave this speech a little more vegucated, pun intended.